Hello, my teachers. What's happening tonight? How are you? Let's get it, y'all. We want to remind you that we here at Extreme Teachers, we empower teachers to discover, develop, and utilize their superpowers to transform student lives. Let's get it, y'all. Good evening. Let's go. Let's get it, y'all. Y'all good tonight? All right, let's go. You know we got to let the bell ring first. We got to let the bell ring first. So let's get it. All right. We're not going to tarry. Y'all know I will say that in a minute. So let me pull up our slides. There we go. So don't forget to repost, tag a teacher, repost, tag a teacher. Let's get it. I know on Tuesdays I'm late because I coach speakers and I'm coaching on Tuesday night. So that's what makes me a little late getting here. So I apologize for being late an hour. All right. So let's get it. So let's not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Valarie Humphrey, all about extreme teachers. Please log on and get in there so you can see any of the old videos or the new videos. All right. So let's not forget about the Extreme Teachers International Virtual Conference. It will be July 24th, 25th, and June 23rd, 24th, 25th. Got it. All right. And this is all the things that we offer right here. Everything in the conference. If you bought a fully loaded ticket, you'll get that. Let's go. Last time we were here, what did we talk about? Do you tell your students your truth? So that was last night. So look, hop on YouTube, check the recording out. It's fire. All right, teachers, EOY Reflection Questions. Teachers know what EOY is. The world is like, what's EOY, Val? End of the year reflection questions. All right. So let's talk about it. These questions had me thinking. I was like, ooh, that's deep. So as a teacher, what is something you tried in your classroom this year for the first time? How did it go? Ask yourself these questions. How did it go? And are you one of those teachers that use your same transparencies from 1974? Or do you really try new things? I'm just asking. Don't get a little funky with me. But are you that teacher? Are you that teacher that you don't try anything new? So let's try something new. Let's get it. All right. Which student in your class do you think showed the most improvement? Why do you think this student did so? So what we're asking tonight is some of the major questions that you should be reflecting on. I think you should grab a journal and ask these questions, because if you ask yourself these questions, you'll begin to grow for next year, but you'll end this year and you'll journal and write down all of the things that you need to remember when you get ready to start next year. All right. What student showed the most improvement, and why do you think this student did so? Let's get it. Next up. Who amongst your colleagues was most helpful to you? Think about it. You know to go to them earlier during the year because it could have been somebody different, somebody new. Next up, what caused you the most stress this year? I almost didn't put this question in because everybody like pandemic, my principal. So what caused you the most stress this year? So track that, make sure you know what it is so you can either avoid that or know how to approach it next year. Next up, what do you hope your students remember most about you as a teacher? I love this question. I love it. What do you hope that your students remember most about you as a teacher? That's just good. That's good questioning right there. What was the biggest mistake you made this year? How can you avoid making the same mistake in the future? Not doing blended learning before the pandemic hit. So what was the biggest mistake you made this year, though? Just this year. And do you share? I keep asking y'all, do you share your mistakes with your students? Do your students know you make mistakes? I'm just asking. Another great question. What were the biggest organizational challenges this year? I know it has something to do with the pandemic. Okay, cool. Got it. But write it down so you remember. So, and you might do these questions with your team. Next up. What is something you did this year that went better than you thought it would? Virtual learning. Y'all like, no, virtual learning did not. Come on, y'all. Y'all thought it was going to be a complete disaster. Hopefully it wasn't a complete disaster for everyone, because I told you if you were struggling, inbox me and I will help you. So hopefully blended learning was not, I'm sorry, Zoom or virtual was not, a struggle for you. All right. So here's our final question. Knowing what you know now, would you still choose to be a teacher if you could go back in time and make the choice again? That's a good question. Knowing what you know now, would you still choose to be a teacher if you could go back in time and make the choice again? If your answer is no, is there a way for you to choose a different path now? If you say, if I could change it, I wouldn't have become a teacher, you need to stop damaging our babies. Stop damaging our babies. You hear me? Stop damaging our babies now. Now. Because if you're in a career, if you're doing something and you know that if you had another choice, you wouldn't be doing it, move on. Push on. What you cannot do is damage our children or our future. So if you feel as if this is not the lane for you, this is not it, push on. Find another career. Because if it's not for you, you're gonna do damage to our children. And we don't want that. So let this be your last year. Seriously, let this be your last year. Because don't let the kids tell you you don't need to be here. Hey, Sarah. All right. So I mean that for real. Like if teaching is not for you, push on. Find something else to do. Because you damaging our babies and we wonder why they are not becoming successful or becoming who they need to be in the future. Because see, you might be that teacher that just F them up and it don't work. Because if their skin is not thick, I had a teacher that told me you would never be nothing. You got Steve Harvey that say, teacher told him people like us ain't never on TV. Not in your mind, chick, but over here they are. And what did he end up doing? He definitely, he started buying the chick TVs every Christmas, the biggest TV he could find, because she said people like us would never be on TV. She was like, would you stop buying me TVs? She was like, no, I ain't gonna stop buying your TVs because I want you to catch me on all the networks and all the channels that I'm on. Because you said I would never be on TV. I sent Miss Tibbet a copy of my first check because I want her to know you lied. But see, when a teacher tells a kid they'll never be nothing, that's because you're not doing your job. You can't tell a kid they'll never be nothing. They have a superpower. You got to teach them how to govern it. You don't tell a kid they'll never be nothing. You're not what you're supposed to be. If you telling the kid they'll never be nothing, you're not what you're supposed to be. Because you're not supposed to be a teacher. And we know some of us have those coworkers and we like, how did they ever get here? No way should they be teaching. But I'm telling you, this is like from my heart. If you had the option to do a different career or a different job, would you do it? And if you say yes, let this be your last year. Go seek that job. All right. Y'all know what I say. That's it. That's all, says the clock on the wall. Y'all keep being amazing. And don't forget that we here at Extreme Teachers, we help teachers discover, develop, and utilize their superpowers to transform student lives. Let's get it, y'all. Keep being amazing.